Hi, I'm Renee Dowles, and I'm live here in Chickasaw. Now you can see I am here right along the interstate. This is the exit ramp to West Lee Street. And this weekend, this past Sunday, police were called to this site because a man was found hanging in this little wooded area right off the interstate. You can see, here's the police tape and latex gloves where they were doing their investigation. Now the victim was apparently found hanging right among these trees or these bushes here, and we didn't understand at the time that there was actually a person that was hanging. Our crew was told that it was an apparent suicide, but since then we've received numerous calls and information that indicates that this situation obviously raises a lot of questions here in the community. And
well, what questions and what community is she talking about? Why is everybody speaking in code words all of a sudden? The questions come from black people, and the questions is, why are black people always victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere? That explains everything, especially why white people are always hanging black people and killing them. Let's go to another expert on the subject of white violence towards black people.
This stuff keep happening over and over and over and over and over. And I said this on social media, and I say this here. These young black people, they are having an attitude when it comes to this stuff. And the more and more these incidents keep happening, the more and more they say, well, maybe we should just separate. Maybe we should go ahead and find our own corner and stay away from them. And then people will say, well, we tried that already. We did separate but equal. But you know what? It's kind of like, if you go by a dog that bites you all the time, and every time you walk by the dog, it bites you. Every time it bites you. So you say, you know what, maybe I need to stay away from the dog. And it'd be like the dog saying, well, why you want to stay away from me? The dog will talk. What do you want to stay away from me for? I mean, that's not right. That's not fair. Why you want to be apart? But then you go back by the dog again, and the dog bites you. I mean, common sense would say stay away from a dog who's biting you. So then it's like a lot of black people starting to say, you know what, maybe we should kind of get to ourselves. Now, am I promoting that sort of thing? I'm not promoting anything. I'm just saying that black people are tired of being punched, kicked, shot, abused, and everything else systematically. It's one thing you have criminals doing it, which criminals doesn't represent anyone but themselves. But when you have it as the norm and as the history of this nation, when that sort of thing would happen all the time, it was just another day at the park. What happened on that bus will happen to black people. And, you know, it's the same thing. We always see this. The only time they're brave, unless they got a gun or it's a bunch of them. You notice they never try that mess one-on-one. Never try that mess. Won't even say two words to you one-on-one. They see you, they walk on the other side of the street. When they get a bunch of them, oh, now all of a sudden you're getting bad now. Or they have a gun, now they bad. That's why a lot of them don't want them guns taken away. Not that I support taking guns away, but they don't want their guns taken away because their manhood's attached to that gun, and they know they are weak and cowards without a gun. And that's just really how these people are. They're cowards, they're weak, and they like to try to pick on people who aren't doing anything to them. I can understand if somebody's messing with you, but they wasn't messing with them. And you say, well, you know, because you're gonna have the racist apologists show up. You don't know if they told them anything. No matter what somebody tell you, like you tell me. No matter what somebody tell you, nobody should be putting a hand on you. Right? Right. But people need to wake up in this country and understand that this country has not changed at all. It's still racism going on. It's still discrimination. It's still black people getting beat up. It's still black people getting hung, but they cover it up, make sure they say it's a suicide. But these things still happening in this nation.
And that is what the black people were saying in Chickasaw. Black man was hung by a bunch of white people, and now they were covering it up. Well, let's get the final verdict on this case from the reporter.
Hi, this is Renee Dowles with Fox 10 News. I have an update on that story that I have been looking into involving the individual that was found hanging on the side of Interstate 10 this weekend. Now, I just talked with the police captain here at Chickasaw Police Headquarters, and the captain tells me that it was indeed a suicide. They have identified the individual from the information he had on his person. He was, his name is Blaine Miller. He's a 53-year-old white male.
Damn it. More evidence of this epidemic of white on black hostility, resentment, violence, murder. Disappeared, gone, removed, covered up. And it happens all the time. Even if that is the truth, this is Colin Flaherty. I want to remind you of one thing. If there's all this white violence against black people, but they just don't have any evidence of it, that's even all the more reason to don't make the black kids angry.